Hello, welcome to the sacred space. I hope you're doing well, and I'm glad you are here. Let's jump into your messages. And I have pre-shuffled one of your cards. Your first card is the Cobra. This is from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle. And we're going to get into the messages in the guidebook at the end or towards the end. But I'm seeing some wisdom. I'm seeing you shedding skin, because you know snakes do shed skin. And whatever it is that you are breaking free from, it's been tough, because you know when snakes shed their skin, they go through a process and they have to wiggle and wiggle and wiggle their way out of that old skin for the fresh, new, supple skin to for them to be able to breathe. I see you wiggling your way out of a situation, and soon you will be able to breathe. And if you claim this energy, take a deep breath right now. Yeah, you've been facing a tough situation. You're outgrowing your old version of self, and you are ascending to a higher version of the self. You become smarter, more wise in the choices that you make in your life. And it just seems like this fresh energy, just like this feels good. Fresh, this feels good. Yeah, feels good. So let's get in with the I Ching, the visionary I Ching, to see what your message is from the I Ching. Yeah, look at that. The number 24. 2 plus 4 is 6. This is, about balance. Returning. Good karma is returning, I feel like. For a lot of you, you've been stuck in a situation and now you're returning back to your old self. Maybe you're feeling like your old self again, or you're feeling like a newer version of the self, but something is returning. And the Kundalini is definitely rising. The snake Kundalini rising energy. Yeah, maybe you've been a wanderer. Maybe you've been seeking yourself, and there's been conflict. Maybe you're dealing with conflict, and that's going to balance out. 5 plus 6 is 11. That was on that wandering. So maybe you're dealing with conflict because you're elevating to new levels and new heights, and the choices that you're making are more wise. So maybe you don't recognize, or maybe people that you have the conflict with, they don't recognize the new you. You could be moving into your affluence, and I feel like this affluence is just like, I feel like this affluence is you seeing the royal you treating yourself very well. You're breaking free from attachments, the old attachments, old people. The 14 is also temperance, which is connecting you to that ascended master that is within. Your eyes are opening, and you're making wiser choices. That's what I believe. Patience. Look, that's temperance energy. Also patience. Let's just get one. Yeah, some damage is being repaired. The number 18 is connecting in with the moon. And that moon energy is making me feel like lately connecting more in. Like a lot of people would say the moon energy is like Pisces energy, but I'm seeing it more as Cancerian energy because it is connected to the moon, and that is Cancer energy. So you've been digging deep, and you've been making wiser choices, and you've been repairing some kind of damage. Mountain above, wind below. Something about damage control, I don't know, but you've been healing. There's a lot going on behind the scenes too. And on the outside, it may not seem like things are coming together, but on the inside, it really is. You've been through a lot, and you've been repairing the damage behind the scenes, and it's influencing the choices that you're making. You're putting a stop to something too. 1 plus 8 is a 9. 9s are the ending. Or there's something that you know deep inside with the Hermit energy of the 9. You know that you need to repair some kind of damage. Or you're dealing with a snake that knows that you could be dealing with a snake. And you're healing. You're repairing some kind of damage from a situation that you have dealt with some type of reptilian energy, some kind of snake, someone who may have been cold-blooded. Okay. So let's get into the tarot. This is the Global Fusion Intuitive Tarot. This is a new deck. Let's see what the messages are for us today. Yep. So you got the 6 of Cups in the reverse. There's something or a situation dealing with the snake, and it's something wants to keep coming back, wants to keep resurfacing, something that you have emotional ties to, or someone, it could be a relationship, someone that you have emotional ties to. The 6s in the tarot are going to connect you in with the 6th house, which I think there's Virgo energy. Things are changing. I feel like your world is changing. And you're not going back and forth. Not going back and forth. I don't want it anymore. I'm not going to keep getting back connected to these emotional ties, repairing the damage. We had the number 11, which is justice. This is the Libra energy. This is about some relationships. And you also have the 5. This will be the Hierophant. May 11th could be significant. November the 5th could be significant also. June the 11th or November the 6th could be significant. And you got 2 major arcanas. This is like you're learning so much about how to bring justice into your life. That's not fair. I'm not dealing with that. You got a feather and you got a heart. So there's something about you exercising your throat chakra, Libra energy, the swords. And the Hierophant is connected in with Taurus energy. I see myself more valuable than that. And if I keep accepting this type of relationship into my life, I'm going to remain stuck. And I'm slowly but surely wiggling myself away from that, because I'm learning, like, I've been too dedicated, and I've been dealing with this. Like, the Hierophant could be connected in with the way that you grew up, or something you've been doing for a very long time. And then there's also the energy of the 6 of Cups also. But with it in the reverse, you're like, I'm learning from my situations. I'm not signing that. I'm not dealing with that. That's a no-go. That's a done daughter. I'm not dealing with that anymore. And you have such a strong emotional tie to it, and it's not a small choice to make. And it's whatever this damage is from child. I feel like you're healing your inner child also. You're repairing the damage from some kind of way that you grew up or something like that. This means that you are the one that is breaking the so-called generational curses, because some things you're not going to continue to deal with. Been there, done that. I'm good. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. You're repairing the damage by making the wisest choices possible at the time, and one step at a time. There's freedom coming. Magic about to happen. Money could be coming also. Let's get into this other new deck. It's called the Light Web Oracle. Let's see what your messages are. What is the message for us today? Got the number 17, which would be like the star card. Like, you're putting yourself first. And that's what you need to do. And so that's what you're doing. You got the spirit animal coming up, animal medicine companion, and you're thinking differently. You're thinking differently. Let's see what the message is in the book. The transmission of light message says, spirit of animals are the selfless messengers of the divine. A curious and cunning fox looks out, while the majesty of the eagle hovers above for an eagle-eye view of all below. Seeing the bigger picture, the majestic stag stands rooted and grounded as a child of the earth, holding space for you. I told you something about you healing your inner child. So with this deer energy here, it's like, show yourself some compassion. Continue to show yourself compassion. That fox energy could be that trickery kind of energy. But that eagle is saying, listen, I see what it is. I know what it is. And so I have to make the wisest choices, because something in this situation, some kind of relationship, hasn't been fair. And it may never be fair. This companion energy, something about a relationship. And I just heard that song, A Taste of Their Own Medicine. The creature of transformation, the butterfly, comes to see what all the fuss is about while flitting from one pleasure to another. The wisdom of the waters is shared in the depths of the fish that inhabit them. The toolkit of the card says, in meditation, call on your animal guides to deliver a message you need to hear and share their sacred medicine with you. Look out for messages from animals in your daily life. Get out into nature and listen. Ask yourself, what animal medicine do you need right now? And listen to this. We got the cobra. It says right here, is it time to shed a skin that is too tight, like our friend, the snakes? And it says it right here. Something about the master number 55. Yep. Okay, so let's see did we read the Cobra message? Cobra energy is about pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. The Cobra represents a teacher or a spiritual guardian. The Cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the Cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher, which will be that Hierophant energy. And it manifests externally in those special guides who've led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when a student is ready, the teacher appears. When you feel imbalanced, you will be feeling like a student of life. You will be feeling humble and wise. When you're feeling out of balance, you could be feeling like a know-it-all and egocentric. Okay. And to bring yourself into balance, taking a class or studying could be significant, which is connecting with that Hierophant also. Okay. So those are the messages for today. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. And until next time, we'll see you in another video. Love.